In this video we're going to take a look at the second demo now, and in this case we're going to have a look at a simulated enrollment process for a student driven from within Minecraft. So if we go back to the game here, you can see we're at a building called the Courses Library, and as we go inside the building here you can see we've got on the left hand side we've got a printer, we've got a computer in the middle, and on the right hand side we've got a big monitor. So the first thing to do before we can enroll for a course is we need to have a look at what courses are within the library. So if I right click on my computer and I can run a program called show courses. To be able to see a course I have to specify what the title starts with, so I can do a search for all courses that begin with A. And then I can see on the screen here we've got a few different courses listed here, and they're all Azure training courses from the looks of it. So this particular piece of the demo uses the services and API patterns that we talked about earlier. So let's have a quick look. If we bring in our browser here, and we can have a look, and within the Azure API management feature we've got this API configured that as the API Minecraft consumes. So you can have a look here. If we go into the APIs we've got, and I've got one listed here called my Minecraft Gateway. And if you have a look, you can see there's been a little bit of activity here, and we can have a look at things like the operations that are configured on my API and what each of them do. And this is the kind of management side of the API, but there's also a developer portal. So if I'm the developer building the Minecraft application, I can subscribe and register for use of the API, and I can go and, once I'm registered, can go and have a look at what's in here. And as an example, I can go and pick one of these methods. So we can pick the which one, the courses get is the one we were just using. So I can have a look at things like the URL, the parameters, and some of what's included there, and I get the option to try it out as well. So this is a really great way of proving that I can consume the API before I start writing my own code. So I can go in and say I'll have all the courses that start with an A, and click send, and you can see a couple of seconds later I'll get a response back with a bunch of JSON in it that shows me that that's working okay. So from a developer perspective, the next task is just to plug that into your Minecraft application, which is what I've done here. And on that API you can see there was a whole bunch of different operations that I can use from within the game, and these API calls just reach down to the on-premise data center and hook into different systems and do different features. So in this demo we were using the get courses. We'll also use the enrollment method, which will work slightly differently. So that'll take a call to the API, but then it's going to offload it onto a service bus queue from which BizTalk will pick the message up and process it. So let's have a look at how we do that then. So if we go back to the game, one of the features we can do also, in addition to showing the courses, is we can choose to print courses as well. So I can choose to print all of the courses that start with A, and you'll notice in the printer there's now a new page at the bottom. So I can go in and collect that page that's been printed. I can put that in my inventory there, and I can go and have a look, and I can read what courses were printed on the paper for me to look at later. Now the next thing to do then is to actually enroll for a course. And to do that I need to right click on the computer. So if we want to start the enrollment process, we're back in the course library. I'm just going to set it back to daytime so it's easy to see. So we need to run the add enrollment program. So we need to supply a course ID which you'd like to join. So I'm going to pick course number 8, and I'm going to pass my username for the course. So the new enrollment's going to be added now, and we can see some details about the enrollment. Note it hasn't got an enrollment ID yet, but the status is new, course 8, and the username is my own. Now that call would have been sent from Minecraft to the API. However, this time, rather than it using kind of real-time synchronous web service calls and API calls, what we have in the background is that the message actually went to a service bus queue, and we have a BizTalk server instance that's going to be sitting listening from that for that queue. So if we look in BizTalk here, you can see we've got the service bus receive adapter that'll be sitting listening on a service bus queue, and what will happen is that's going to go into a BizTalk orchestration, and you can see a little bit of a view of the orchestration here. So we'd receive a message, we'll do some parallel processing where we'll go and get more information about the course, the student, and then we'll create a message for the system where we want to enroll students to. So I'll just kind of juggle the screens around a bit. You can see as we create the enrollment message, then that gets sent to the enrollment system, and finally we'd send a confirmation email to the student to say, you know, everything's been enrolled successfully and it's all good. So if we have a quick look at BizTalk server now, and we should be able to see that there's been some activity going on. So let's have a quick search here, and you can see we've just had some activity where we received a message from service bus. So here's the service bus adapter. This will be our orchestration, and then we've got a bunch of SQL adapters that have read different data from the SQL databases containing the student details. So finally, after we've refreshed the activity, you'll see at the end of the process our email went out over the SMTP adapter. So within a minute or two we should have an email received confirming our access to the course. And you can see that email's just come through now, so I've got my confirmation that I enrolled for the Azure App Service 101 course, and that came from Acme Minecraft University. So that's me enrolled on the course now. And the final thing I can do is back in the game, I can run the get enrollment program, and I know because I checked the database that my enrollment ID is 43, and then we can see on the screen using the API pattern, you can see we've got confirmation that my enrollment for course 8 is there and my current status is new. So that concludes the demo of the hybrid integration asynchronous process using BizTalk, service bus queues, all sitting behind an Azure hosted API.